Papa nada.
YOLO no to go with.
¿Qué volen? ¿Más? ¡Patmos, tío!
Korohoru.
Get tickets now for Kung Fu Panda 4. Sorry, get tickets now for Kung Fu Panda 4. In theaters March 8th.
To seek first would be the dash, the wall kick, the long dash, and then finally the double jump. What's going on, guys? I'm Rusty, and welcome to your very first expedition into the breadth of Hallownest. This is a starter guide to Hollow Knight, designed for newer players that may have played a decent bit of the game, or perhaps you wanted to play more but didn't get too far in. We're covering basic gameplay mechanics, movement abilities, the use of charms, and general tips on how to travel and explore such a large kingdom without getting lost. It's easy to get overwhelmed, and perhaps even feel somewhat defeated when you realize just how massive this kingdom is, but hopefully this guide will condense everything a beginner player needs to know into one cohesive video. If you have played through the game once or twice and have decided you can't get enough of it, my Discord server is always looking for some new friends to chat with, and I'll go ahead and link that in the description and in a pinned comment in case you're interested in joining. This guide will be as spoiler-free. The basics of Hollow Knight are pretty simple to understand. You have your health meter here in the top left measured by masks, which is pretty self-explanatory. And a few other skills and abilities as well down the road. It will take 3 hits on an enemy to fill up your meter to the point where it is usable. At this point, you are allowed to heal yourself, which is generally best done in a safe area away from the face of danger. Both your amount of soul and your exploration is of paramount importance to the experience you will have in Hallownest, and it's just as important to know where you're going as it is to occasionally allow yourself to get lost. Not all those who wander are lost, and Hollow Knight is a cornerstone example of this philosophy. You will first find Cornifer at the foot of the long drop in the crossroads area. This isn't really any kind of spoiler, as the game is set up to where you find him pretty easily in the first 5 minutes of the game. Cornifer is an invaluable NPC that sells you maps to the area you're currently in, and what is a Metroidvania without a solid map system. The more you take the plunge into the Old Kingdom, the more necessary maps become, as the many interweaving routes become increasingly more complex, and can even be a tad overwhelming if you let it. This is why maps are integrated into the game the way they are. Maps give you some information that Cornifer has already filled in for you, but the only way to properly chart where you've been by yourself is to purchase the Quill item from Izelda. Now you can fill in the map as you explore. Sitting on a bench updates your map with all of the new locations you've discovered prior. This is a system I've always been fond of because it gives you just enough guidance through the area while still encouraging exploration due to the fact that you have to physically go through the areas in order for those areas to be filled in on the map. The Wayward Compass charm is also a massively helpful tool here because with this charm active, you can see the exact location you are on the map, giving you an easier perspective on where to go next. Along your journey through the kingdom, you will almost definitely come across these critters trapped in glass jars. These little guys are called grubs, and rescuing them from their capture will get you access to a variety of geo and other rewards from the Grub Father in the Crossroads. Upon descending into the Crossroads area at the start, just keep heading left until you find this room here. This is the progress room for how many grubs you have freed from capture, and the more grubs you have freed during your journey, the more generous the Grub Father becomes with his rewards. Rescuing 1 grub gives you 10 geo, rescuing a second gives you 20, a third gives you 30, all the way up to 46 grubs in total. These guys don't seem like too much of a big deal, but I promise it's worth your time to go forth and rescue as many as you can find. The Grub Father also gives out other rewards like mask shards, charms, and pale ore that you can use to upgrade your nail. The kingdom of Hallownest is filled with hostile faces and deadly foes, but there's a handful of friendlies that you can talk to, and some of them are very much worth seeking out due to their quest lines. Don't be afraid to take your time and just assimilate yourself into the local flavor. Make friends, talk to warriors, hear stories of the travels of others, and just absorb all the details. Some NPCs can actually help you along your quest in very unexpected ways, so
Here's one thing you need to do before you buy anything online. Don't spend another dime on Amazon.
Blood.